survive.
Don't burn your hand. You know how to crack an egg? There you go. Whoa! Whoa, it's cooking.
The sun is beating down on you. Breathing in the dense hot air is getting harder and harder. Sweat is pouring down your face. You begin to feel weak. If you don't cool yourself down fast, you could die. This is how to survive a heat wave. Heat waves are periods of extremely hot weather. They occur when high pressure in the atmosphere forces heat down. A heat wave can last anywhere from 2 days to a few weeks, but they can have catastrophic effects on people and communities. The World Health Organization considers them to be the most dangerous of natural hazards. The number of annual heat waves has increased dramatically, up from an average of 2 per year in the 1960s to 6 per year over the last decade. Heat waves can be deadly. In India, they have killed about 17,000 people in the last 50 years. How can extreme heat damage your brain? What's the most effective way to cool down fast? And could spices actually save your life?
It's feeling like this. Oh my god.
Step 1. Watch your core temperature. One of the greatest health risks from a heat wave is heat exhaustion. This occurs when your body's core temperature goes up past 37 degrees Celsius. If left untreated, heat exhaustion can progress to heat stroke, which can damage your brain and internal organs. Heat stroke can be fatal and is considered a medical emergency. So if it gets to that point, call
Pointers on Family Feud Classic. Available 24 hours a day. Watch now.
My mother chained me to the bed.
This is our guy. You feel your heart jump out of your chest. We were all very...
You aren't felt untouchable.
This is entertainment for him.
We've all got one thing in common.
You see it all that much, but that just as they say, companies have to plan for what they're delivering.
But in an emergency, some people should follow the advice of better out than in. Use ice packs or an ice bath.
What people are doing, Dwayne, can we walk over here a little bit? I'm going to show you where a lot of people are.
And $71.59 a barrel on WTI.
West, and you're trying to get your wheat to market through the Pacific ports, and that's going off by rail. It increases fairly quickly, and then of course market through the Pacific ports, and that's going off.
Word on the matter, and we do expect the talks will continue in Cairo later this week. But the U.S. had hoped to clinch a ceasefire agreement in Gaza to end the fighting and bring the hostages.
Oh, and you need to get those parts that are coming for the Asian producers from British Columbia. That's some reports here from Vancouver. That's going to delay. That's some reports here from Vancouver. That's going to delay delivery there, and that's that might lead to shortage of terror. And you're going to have Americans, because these train networks are not just Canadian now; they're tied into North American networks, and to the extent that we're not just playing.
I see the problem. Looks like this ride doesn't have any gears. Gears?
Boat is spilling oil into the bay.
Whoa, that'll totally mess up the beach and all the wildlife around it.
A baby whale or
finding the treasure chest. My favorite part was getting all those big...
Oh, I know! How is it that you know you're not going to like something even before it happens?
How do you want to look?
Well, I'll just be here.
Right there.
Hey! Who turned off the moon?
An ultimate chrono status and go. You know anyone talking about crew?
Find where that tricky little fella Jeff is sleeping. Today's first contestant.
Steve Crab that day.
To, you know, say hello to my once good friend, Mr. Krabs, what?
Are you sure it wasn't to make off with one of these?
I haven't seen a mob this angry since they ran out of powdered donuts at parent-teacher night. Well, I'm out of here. Time for...
Casey Jones isn't out of it yet. Ugh.
The battle dogs are starting to get sweaty. Trying to see what the...
Dépêchons-nous, Dora. Il faut qu'on arrive au lac.
Le jury a-t-il rendu son verdict?
Oui, madame le juge. Nous déclarons l'accusé non coupable. Même s'il est ratin.
Merci, mon petit Bob. J'aurais dû accepter ton aide depuis le début.
Oh, c'est... T'as oublié qu'il m'a attrapé par la tête. Alors laisse-moi te rafraîchir avec moi.
Union Berlin close the gap to Werder Bremen down to 2 points. They fought hard for this victory. A great second half performance sees the game end 2-1 for Union at the Alta Försterei.
You know, I think it's big for the group. We've been really good at home recently. The home record's been great, so just to keep going like this and be brave, and it's not a secret. With the fans, they're amazing. They're cheering us on the whole game, and yeah, it's great to have them in our corner always.
We played,
Vous arrivez aux fleurs de dragon. Oh, que ces fleurs sont belles. J'adore leurs couleurs. Ce sont de vraies fleurs. Elles ne vont pas se changer en dragon. Pour qu'elles se changent en dragon, il faudrait leur jeter.
This is our guy. You feel your heart jump out of your chest. We were all very excited to have a solid lead.
Who committed this crime? You want the truth? And killed my wife who's hung up.
The voice messages made a hair on the back of your neck stand up.
You aren't felt untouchable.
This is entertainment form. We've all got one thing in common. We want...
These geological disturbances are the reason why 85% of all tsunamis happen in the Pacific Ocean. In most cases, an earthquake comes before a tsunami. So if you're near the coast and you experience an earthquake, protect yourself from that first. But once the shaking stops, move to higher ground as quickly as possible. The beach will grow bigger. Run the other way. An early sign of an impending tsunami is that the water along the coast will recede. It pulls back and exposes the sea floor. Do not go to the beach to investigate. You'll only be putting yourself at risk for when the water surges back. Instead, head in the opposite direction. Try to get as far as 3.5 kilometers from the ocean or 30 meters above sea level to ensure your safety. Get to the highest elevation possible. Tsunamis travel quickly, and you may not have enough time to clear the hazard zone. In this case, look for a tall building with a sturdy concrete foundation. If you see one nearby, run inside and get to the roof as quickly as possible. If you can't make it to a building in time, your best bet is to grab onto something and hold on. Though that might not sound very practical, hold the eye roll for a moment. In the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, an Indonesian woman was